Okay, according to YouTube, I'm live. I'm getting some feedback from the microphone here. Let's fix that. Okay, that's better. Can just check my audio levels. Yep, my voice looks like it's coming through. And it's 8:30 PM UK time, so I think it's time to get started on the stream. So, that keeps coming up. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is just hit reset progress. So the idea of this stream is to adjust the game balance. So you earn a certain amount of money per mission that gets completed, and the upgrades also cost a certain amount of money. And I want to make sure, based on my last stream, earning money was very difficult, and the upgrades were way too expensive, and I didn't get a single successful intercept. So I've made things a bit easier, and the tornado will spawn closer to the player this time. And I fixed a few bugs here and there. I've adjusted the reward so you get paid a lot more for a successful intercept now, because a successful intercept is actually quite difficult. And the price of upgrades has been bumped down quite significantly as well. The price is about 1/3 of what they were previously. So I'm resetting progress, starting from scratch, and going to build my way up and work my way through the levels. So let's get started. I've also started on a loading screen. It doesn't quite behave how I'd like yet, so that needs some tweaking, but I'd rather spend my time on the gameplay rather than just the main menu. I've also got the raindrop effects working on the windscreen, which I didn't last stream, so they're working now. First thing I'm going to do is drop into the radar screen. I've added some scales here, so I've got the decibel scale for the radar. So up here you've got like your hail and really intense rain. Down here you've got your nothing and your drizzle. F scale here is another feature I've added. It was actually already done, I just didn't have it enabled for the last stream, which will show a tornado trail. So you'll see a circle and a corresponding colour showing where the tornado is and the path it's leaving, and this is just the scale, so you'll see it work up through the intensity. Say it goes up to F5, it'll go from green up to whatever that colour is there, magenta or something, and then back down to green as it ropes out. So let's choose a mission. As you see, these pay a lot more. The probe works differently now as well. If I take, for example, an F4 level mission, the probe won't take samples until it detects at least an F4 strength wind speed. That way, I can hear some wind. Oh, it's right behind us. Let's just get a little bit of distance here. Tornado is right behind us there. You can't hear me. Let me double check that. Make sure nothing's muted. Check that. I've just checked the stream myself. I can hear my audio coming through. Maybe check you're not on mute yourself. Unless you mean you can't hear me because the desktop sounds are too loud, in which case let me just bump them down a bit more. There we go. Yeah, so we have this tornado spawning right behind us here. Let's first choose a mission so we can earn some money. So let's go here. What's a good one? Want some time. Let's choose mission number 6 here. Something I've changed as well is that there is a difference in the sound between being in the car and out the car, so you can hear the sounds are a bit muffled. Once you come outside you can hear the rain more clearly. I had to add a low pass filter to get that to work. So let's position ourselves in front of this tornado. It's kind of blocking our path here because it's on Twister Hill. But if I try and drive carefully here by not looking at the road and wait for this to update, we might be able to see if it's leaving a trail on the map. It's starting to, but it's difficult to see. I think that's getting to be F5 strength, so we just need to be a bit careful. But there's a road up ahead that turns right. I need to position myself in front of this So if the wind speed goes over 100 miles an hour right now, my contract will be terminated and I'll have to choose a different one. So I've just got to be careful of that. Even though I'm experiencing 26 mile an hour winds, 30 miles per hour just on the outskirts, just in the outer debris cloud here. So let's get in front of this and get our probe deployed, earn some cash. And right now the truck's top speed is limited at 50 miles an hour, which is painfully slow. So first thing I'm going to do is upgrade the max speed. There's the tornado behind us, gaining on us very quickly. So there's a right turn just ahead there, so I'm going to attempt to position myself right in front of it. I'm going to update the radar screen. I have to wait about 8 seconds for that, but it'll give us an idea of the direction the tornado's heading. So you can see the trail there, so I definitely need to take that right if I've driven past it. Okay, I think we're just going to have to off-road into this field. So I think it's taken a bit of a west, or was it southwest direction? Can't remember. Trying to do a lot of things here, pay attention to the stream and position myself well in front of the tornado. Okay, I think we need to open up a bit more distance. Okay, this might be a good spot. Let's just have a look. Is it coming towards us? We don't have a whole lot of time to really judge it. Let's just deploy the probe and then get out of here. Come on, 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 come on. Okay, and then I'm just going to flip a UE and get out of here. To be fair, it looks like it's heading a bit more to the south. Or the north. Can't remember which way I'm facing. I still need to add a compass to the game. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hop in the car, check out the radar. So you can see there's a faint trail here. It's quite hard to see because it's almost the same colour as the radar echoes themselves. So I think I need to head east until we hit a road and then turn south. So I'm going to retrieve my probe here. And for those who haven't seen, I can enable the VHS effects. Give it more of that nostalgic feel. Right, let's get in front of it. So based on the radar, that looks like it's F4 strength. Is that okay? Now it's getting loaded on. Let's. Which way is it curving? Slightly to the right. So let's follow this road around. I think this will get us in a good position. Also, I just want to check if I adjusted the audio levels. So if I've given me a thumbs up, or just drop in the chat if the audio levels are more well balanced now. There it is there, and this is the old cell footage. Oh, I should probably look where I'm going. Alright. I don't think this road takes us where we want to be. So I think it's time to do a bit more off-roading. Hopefully it doesn't rope out before we even get a chance to deploy properly. Okay, I don't want to go down into this valley. It's just driving in there is quite difficult. Try and stay on this ridge. Need to check if I position myself well. Waiting for this to update. 8 seconds feels like a long time when you got a tornado bearing down on you. It might actually not be in too bad of a position here. Let's deploy. little bit further this way. And then that'll get dropped. And I'm pinned against a tree. Not sure which direction that's heading. So you can see the path here. Unfortunately, I can't show my mouse cursor, but you can see it curving, kind of overlaid on the radar there. Looks like we've just got the edge of it. Maybe roping out now. It's quite a weak one. Right, let's go get our probe back. One thing I need to do is add little icons so you can find your probe again, because it can be quite difficult to find if you drop it while you're driving. There it is. Let's retrieve it. Okay, that looks like that tornado's dying, so hopefully the next one's a larger tornado will make it more easy to intercept. We've got 7 minutes. What was it? I think it was F2 strength? What was the mission we took? We'll have an asterisk next to it. You've got 200 F2 samples. The way it works now as well, if you don't get all the samples you need, but you get some, you receive a partial payment. So it's better to earn some money than absolutely nothing, so it's getting quite frustrating. Let me find my way back to the road network here. We've got our probe here. Just looking for a road anywhere. What time is it? 5:50 p.m. So we're getting towards sunset here. If we can catch a glimpse of a tornado at sunset, that actually look quite nice in the game. Looks like there may be a road over here. There's a large flat area. I think it's time to put the headlights on. Just trying to figure out where I need to go to get to a road. Okay, looks like I'm near one. Just keep my eyes peeled. For a tornado anywhere. Should be somewhat close to us compared to last time. Last time they could spawn anywhere on the map pretty much. Now they spawn within about 3 kilometers of wherever your position is, so you can kind of somewhat control whereabouts on the map they'll form. Let's check out the radar. So there may be something to our west, heading west. So I think we need to head this direction. And at night with the lightning, all you can really see is the outline of the tornado. Okay, I think we need to turn left here and head in that direction. I think that's where the tornado is. Let's just check I'm heading where I think I am. Oh, the tornado's quite far away and appears to be moving quite quickly towards the edge of the map. We'll see if we can catch it, but we may need to wait for the next one. Looks like the contract might expire, but we can also just choose another one. Hopefully we'll have a good opportunity once we're near a tornado to choose a well-paying mission. Because if we've got an F5, then we know we can go up to an F5 strength contract and earn a bit more money. As you can see, those on the top left, yeah, the dots are quite far apart. That means the tornado's really moving. It only looks to be about an F1 strength as well, so we're not really missing out on much. And once it goes off the edge of the map, it'll automatically spawn another one near us, so not too much to worry about. Let's see, are we gaining on it at all, or is it really moving? Maybe a little bit. So it's quite a fast-moving cell. The fastest the tornadoes can move is 60 miles an hour, and the fastest the truck can move right now is 50. So there are some which we can't catch up to, but with upgrades we will be able to, and even outrun them. What I'll do is try and position myself in the middle of the map where there's a lot of good options for going any direction. There's a junction further up, so I think I'll stop there and wait for the next tornado to spawn, because that looks like it's going to go off the edge of the map. We're not going to catch it in time. See much. So was it this one or was it the next one? I was thinking the next one, but this actually gives us some quite good options. We can go north, or we can go a little bit way down the road if we want to go south, and then we've got our main east to west route here. So I reckon we'll wait here for the next tornado to form. So what I'll do is I'll get out the truck and put the VHS mode on, because you can see a little bit better with the VHS camera than with the regular one. Just see if we can catch a glimpse of anything. One thing I need to do on my to-do list is to save the date and time, so when you quit the game and come back, you'll continue from where you left off, so that way in June, July, the days are longer than in March and April. Thought there was a tornado for a second there. It's just a gap in the clouds. Let's follow it on radar. Okay, looks like a new one.
Mission failure. Contract expired.
Okay, let's choose a new one. 15 minutes to get 50 F1 samples. That seems reasonable. Let's do that. I can hear the wind picking up. Let's keep an eye on radar. And the tornado trails stay on the map, so by the end of the game you can see everywhere that's been hit by a tornado. Okay, I think all the action's going to be behind us, the other direction. Looks where the core of the cell is, which means the tornado will likely be around there somewhere. wind's picking up. You can use the lightning to try and find where the tornado is. You can see a faint outline sometimes. Just like in real life, nighttime chasing is quite difficult. Hopefully we don't have another fast moving storm though. Okay, I can't see if there's a trail, a tornado trail being left yet. Wind's picking up. Let's use the VHS camera. That might give us a little bit more visibility. See if we can see anything. No, not yet. Wind speed's getting weaker. Might be heading the wrong direction. Just wait for this to update to try and situate ourselves properly. Okay, it's actually... we're actually right next to it and driven away from it. Somewhere in that direction. So we'll take that left at the top of the hill, and that should get us right on a good intercept course with it. And it looks quite a large tornado as well. It's F1 strength right now, but based on the size on the map, it's big, which means we've got a good chance of getting in front of it. So we just need to outrun it, which is quite hard when your truck's limited to 50 miles an hour. If we keep looking in this direction, though, we might catch a glimpse of it with the next lightning flash. It's this left here. Now I have to be careful because it might actually be on the road when I drive straight into it. Just check I'm going in the right direction. Pretty sure I am. Yeah, so just want to go down here and then take a right. And then we should be able to get in front of it, hopefully. What's the time? 7 AM? Okay, hopefully the sun's... I'm not sure what time the sun rises in the game. Hopefully soon. When you can see the tornado, makes this a whole lot easier. Use the VHS camera, might be able to see it. That might be the top of it over the hill there. It's quite hard to tell. I think I might need to do is quieten down the engine noise a bit. It's a bit louder than I expected it to be. Close to this right turn yet. So I'm not sure if it's curving back around. Let's see if we get a good position here to intercept. We may need to continue down here and then go off-road if we want to have any chance of getting in front of it. Looks to be quite a wide F1 though, so good chance of completing this mission. We've still got 9.5 minutes as well. Okay, almost 8 AM. soon as we've got the slightest bit of sunlight, it'll make this a bit easier. A lot easier. Yeah, the pitch can be similar to change with revs and gears. I need to try and create multiple sound samples, and then there's a bit of code which you've got to try. Essentially, have 4 different engine sounds. So you have accelerating low pitch, accelerating high pitch, decelerating low pitch, and decelerating high pitch, and then there's some code to kind of mix those together. So I've tried to simplify it by just using a single sample right now, which I'm using for all 4 of those, but it is possible. Okay, where is this tornado? So we're going to rope out again before we even get near it. Finally able to catch a live stream, looking forward and sound great. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you've been able to catch this live for once. I think it's looking good, and I've finally got the sound levels right, I think, hopefully for the stream. I'll have to watch it back. I hate listening to my own voice. I think that's a universal thing. Most people don't like listening to their own voices. I don't like listening to my live streams after I've recorded them. I just record them and let them sit on my channel. But I might need to listen again just to make sure that the sound levels are alright. Okay, this tornado might have got away from us again. One thing I need to fix as well is the screen jumping around like this. It seems after a while, for some reason, the screen starts jumping around. Oh, we might actually be able to get in front of it. So if I turn quite a sharp right here, I might be able to get in front of it. Just a little random Easter egg. As you can see, I need to drive over the hills, and for anyone who's watched Teletubbies, that's part of the intro. So what I could just have is just a random Teletubby spawn whenever you're in a hilly area, and if you hit it, you get like $1,000 or something. Or lose the game, depending on how much you value the lives of Teletubbies. Anyway, where is this tornado? I think I just caught a glimpse there. It's on the right. There it is. Let's get in front of it. Right, I think it's heading this way as well. It's from our perspective, it's moving from right to left, and I think it might be moving quite slow, so we might be able to get in front of it. It's quite far away. We're only getting 4-mile-an-hour winds from the tornado right now. But since it's quite wide at the base, we should be able to position ourselves for a good intercept and finally get some cash. 6 minutes left as well. So let's just wait for this to update. Oh no. Yeah, I think we are getting in the path of it, but I think it might be starting to weaken as well. It's kind of a race against time. I need to fix the transparency as well. For some reason, it goes quite transparent sometimes. I haven't figured out what's causing that yet. I did have to write my own shader for this, so it's likely something I've done wrong when it comes to calculating the transparency. Hopefully it's a relatively simple fix, but shaders can get quite... Oh, I think we've accidentally put ourselves right in the path of it, so let's just deploy and get out of here. I think we might need to drive a little bit further forward. Well, we're getting right into it here. Probably safest place is to stay in the ditch. Turn the headlights off now. There it is. Just pass right over the top of us. Let's get a few photographs. This would make a good thumbnail image for another video. There does seem to be something a little off, I've noticed, as of testing today with the wind speed calculations. I don't know if I've just been unlucky and just been getting a series of weak tornadoes, but I found I need to be getting a lot closer to the tornadoes in order to actually get any sort of reading. Oh, there, it's roping out. Maybe it might have just been bad timing. So what we'll do is we'll get ourselves back to a road so we don't have to off-road so much, and then try again. Just like Twister, it's not easy and it takes several attempts to get it right. So I think if I head this way, I think this way is north. I haven't simulated vehicle damage, one because that's just expensive to do. I have to create a lot of alternate models, and also most car manufacturers don't like their car models being displayed damaged. So on the off chance Jeep do happen to pay attention to this game, there may be less chance that they have any sort of problem with it if the Jeep doesn't get damaged and is absolutely bomb-proof. Yeah, am I heading in the right direction here? Last thing I want to do is go off the side of the map. Okay, I'm heading the wrong way. Let's go this way. That looks more like I'm heading towards the edge of the map. Alright, just dodge these trees. Looks like there's another tornado forming because the wind speed's gone up to 1 mile an hour from where we are. Right, let's just keep heading in this direction and see how it updates. Okay. Let's keep going this way. Okay, where's the tornado? How is it in the center of the map? It's supposed to spawn right next to us. Maybe it did and then moved away quite quickly. See, I'm a big storm chasing fan and weather geek. I always find games like this brings back the nostalgic 90s feel. By the way, Phil, if you ever seen Twister, you were hooked from the start. Nice game, really enjoyed it. Oh, glad you enjoyed the enjoying the stream. Yeah, I really like Twister. It's my favourite movie. Yeah, you're right. One scene leads into the next, There's never really a dull moment. The only time in the movie I get a bit bored, in which I am tempted to skip over, is when they go back to Wakita after the F4. I just find that whole sequence a bit tedious of getting Aunt Meg out of the house and the house collapsing, and then then she goes into the ambulance and they listen to weather reports. That's the only bit where I feel like the movie gets really slow. But other than that part, everything is just action-packed and just keeps you engaged all the time. And the rewatch value is great.
Contract expired.
Oh, contract's expired. We'll choose another one once we're in a good position to start again. And what I will do, I do have a secret key assigned, which lets me respawn a tornado. Once I find a road, I might use that secret key so we're not waiting around for ages. Because I don't think I'm going to catch that one up. Okay, I think I need to turn right and head in that direction. Okay, let's head forward this direction. Once I find a road, should be okay. But this is why I put the price of the reward for the missions up and put the price of upgrades down, because it is very difficult to get a good intercept. I do need to try and figure out why the wind speeds are getting so weak. I think I need to tweak the wind speed radius, because right now I've got it. For example, if you've got an F2 tornado that's 100 meters wide, then the F2 wind speed is at 100 meters from the center of the funnel, which I guess in reality, I don't know where the strongest wind speeds of the tornado are, but maybe I need to make it slightly wider than the funnel, maybe 1.5 or twice the radius of the funnel. Just to make so you don't have to be so precise in placing the probes, because it is quite difficult to judge it and get an exact placement. Am I getting towards civilization yet? I've been stuck in this bottom corner of the map for a while, then I keep stopping to read comments and then getting lost. Yeah, don't read YouTube and drive, it's not a good idea. Right, I'm tempted possibly just to quit and load the game again, so I'm not starting so far out in the middle of nowhere. We can get straight back into the action again rather than driving aimlessly around the map. So I think I'll do that quickly, because we're not missing out on any progress. Didn't get very far. So let's try again. Start. We'll load the game up. And I'll just get YouTube open on my second screen here. Right, let's wait for the radar to update. 3, 2, 1, and let's see. So we want to go straight ahead and left, possibly. Just gonna try and predict where the tornado might be. Oh no, whoa, that's forming very quickly. That formed really quickly, that looks like an absolute beast. The next challenge is... whoa, figure out which way it's moving. And also get a mission so we can actually get paid for this, so let's see. F5, 10 minutes. I'm not sure if it's going to be F5 strength. Let's do mission 5 and open the radar. Looks like it's coming possibly straight towards us. I didn't see much left to right motion. Which way is... so let's use a reference point like the trees. Either it's moving very slowly, or it's coming straight towards us. I think I need to tweak the ratios of the top of the funnel to the bottom of the funnel, because that... I know you get cone-shaped tornadoes, but I think that's a bit too extreme. I think I may off-road here, because this looks like a strong one, because we're getting 4-mile-an-hour winds and we're still quite far from it. For those who want the 90s look, there we go. I do need to keep an eye on the wind speed, so let's do this. Oh, there's a road just to our right here, which will take us right up to it. Right, is this coming towards us or away from us? Away. So I can do a literal core punch and drive through the center of the tornado, since it seems quite weak actually. I thought it was quite strong considering how far away we're detecting the wind speed from it. Let's drive right through the center. Okay, this may be a good spot to set up a probe. Don't know how much time we're going to have. Let's just try it. Deploy. I think this may be only be an F1 despite its size. And we're actually underneath the funnel right now. Enable VHS effects, makes it look a bit more dramatic. So it's rotating quite slowly, so the way I calculate the rotation rate of the tornado is based on the size of it and the wind speed. So an F5 with it having a higher wind speed, if it's really narrow tornado with F5 wind speed, it'll be like a drill bit and spin really quickly. Whereas if it's, like in this case, really wide but has a low wind speed, then it's just going to rotate really slowly. Kind of gives you a clue of how strong the tornado might be. So hopefully the bottom right corner will start seeing successful probe readings, but not right now. I think this may just be an F1. Let's have a look at the radar screen. Is that green? I think it's blob. I'm colorblind, by the way, so if I'm misnaming colors, that's the reason why. Yeah, look, it's just an F1, which is probably why it's difficult to pick up any sort of real wind speed. One thing I think I need to do as well, actually, it's difficult to describe in words, but if you imagine the maximum wind speed is at the edge of the funnel with with 0 wind speed at the very, very center of the funnel. So by placing your probe in the direct path, you're actually less likely to get the readings you need. So that's one thing I definitely need to tweak, is just to simplify things for the sake of intercepting. If it's an F5 tornado within the funnel, just assume F5 wind speeds at any point within the funnel. Otherwise it's going to be really difficult to get a good intercept. What I could do, actually, to make it more likely to level up, is I could tweak the game really quickly to do that. So the way we're going to do that, right, going to show you some top secret behind the scenes features here. This will only take a couple of minutes. I'll do another build. That'll take another 2 minutes, and then we'll be right back into the game. So please don't leave. It's not going to be a bunch of boring technical mumbo-jumbo. I'm just going to change that right now, because I'm just thinking that's probably what's making getting decent readings quite difficult. So we're just waiting for this to load up. It turns out I'm actually, for rendering the tornadoes, I'm actually using the same technique that they used in Twisted. Obviously not to the same extent, But I didn't realize. I thought they used particles for Twister, whereas they actually did use ray marching to render. Just obviously they rendered it at much higher resolution, but with also much more limited equipment at the time. So we've got a Twister here. On the Twister we have a Tornado spawn controller. What I'm going to do is, one of the things I changed was the max radius. I set the max radius to 800 meters so you can get mile wide tornadoes, but it just seems the proportions are a bit off, so let me just fix that, and then let's set the container back to 1000 and then set the aspect ratio back to 0.3 is the aspect ratio. But then just change max radius to 500. Okay, so that's that fixed. Then I've got the code here. So I've got a method called get wind speed at position. There we go. So what we do is we essentially calculate the player's position or the probe's position from the tornado. And what I do here is say if we're less than the radius of the tornado, so in other words, if we're inside the tornado, use this formula to calculate the wind speed. Instead, what I'm going to do is this, just the current max wind speed of the tornado. That should make getting these readings a lot more accurate. I'm just going to check that I haven't made a mistake here, because the wind speed ratings, so we've got the wind speed in miles per hour, ground radius in meters, so let's just check this, wind speed miles per hour. Smooth step, elapsed time over time. Yeah, no, that all seems good. Okay, so that's that fixed. The proportions of the tornado are fixed. Let me do another build. This will hopefully only take a couple of minutes. What I'm going to do actually while I'm at it is any car controller, controller script, engine volume, and let's just bump that down to about 0.6 because it was getting a bit repetitive. And these are the different engine sounds, so I can insert other things here, but it's quite difficult to edit a loopable engine sound. So let me, so just saving, that'll take a few seconds. There, and now we're going to go File, Build and Run. This won't take anywhere near, there's been a couple of streams that have been delayed because the build's taken longer than expected. But because the game's already built, it only needs to compile the scripts I've just changed. It doesn't need to compile the shaders, which can take anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes. I think I had on one stream was delayed. So I'm going to stop the stream at 9:30 UK time. So that is in about 12 minutes. Hopefully these changes will be worth it. The one thing I'm noticing is, despite the higher rewards, the tornadoes are still quite difficult to intercept. So possibly I need to create some sort of reward system for taking photos of the tornado. However, I feel that's what I don't want to just do is recreate Storm Chasers with a slightly different look. So rewards for photos I'm not so sure about, but I feel like there needs to be other ways of earning money. Perhaps you can earn a smaller amount of money by driving your car near the tornado as well. I think that'll probably be the best thing. So maybe it has a lower sample rate, so your what's it called? Probe samples one every second to start off with. And you can upgrade that so it's taking like hundreds, I think 10 samples a second. Maybe with the car, take one sample every 5 seconds or 10 seconds, so you can still get samples by driving around, but it's obviously more difficult because you've got lower time, or you've got longer time, sorry, between each subsequent sample. Anyway, I haven't got any progress, but let's just reset progress anyway, and hit start. I need to create some sound effects for the background of this. I'm thinking having the Ritty bleeping sounds kind of like fade in and out with wind sounds and thunder and lightning. I'll just have them mixed at random. So let's start by choosing a mission. Okay, 100 F1 samples in 5 minutes. Let's go for it, because if we do manage that, that is a fair chunk of cash for upgrades. If you look at some of the upgrades, max speed, $1,000, so we can go from 50 up to 65. That's a massive jump. Weight's not really that useful for the car. And we can upgrade the refresh rate as well and the probe sampling rate. So These all make a difference as well. We can also upgrade the deploy speed and also the maximum wind speed before we get penalised and have our contract cancelled. Oh, look, there's one just forming right there. Let's watch it form. Yeah, it's moving to our right, so let's follow it. Seems like reducing the engine sound, that change is being ignored. And the 90s view. Okay, I'm going to let the radar update because having the tornado trail will help us decide where to turn left. I don't know whether to take this first left or if that's going to get us too close and we're not going to have the opportunity to intercept. It's hard to tell which way it's moving. And I'm not sure where I've gone because... Oh, I know where I am. It might be coming towards us, actually. Which means we're in the perfect position to deploy. Okay, I think I'm going to take this road and get a bit closer to it. Right, which way is it going now? It still looks like it's moving to the right. So I think we need to go a little bit further up that road. Preferably don't want to see any left to right motion, which means we're right in the path of it. Okay, let's have a look now. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's actually heading south. It looked like it was heading this way. So I think we could have crossed the field and then position ourselves in front of it. So I reckon if I head this direction, so I've got 8 minutes left as well before I'm going to have to head off. Okay, there's a road here, but I'm not too interested in following it. So it might be, I think, was it F2 strength on the radar? F1, maybe F2 strength. Okay, 20-mile-an-hour winds. 24. So what I want to be is in a position where the wind speed's continuing to increase, even though I'm stationary. So here, 31. If that goes up to 32, I'm getting out and deploying. No, it's moving away from us. Still not quite in the path yet. I'm getting a message saying YouTube's not receiving the video. Don't know why that's the case. I've got a it's either 500 megabits or they upgrade to 900 megabits connection, so it should be my connection speed which is the issue. $37, $38. Okay, let's deploy. This might be it. This might be the successful intercept here. 40 miles an hour. Let's take some photos. Okay, come on, lower down, lower down. I don't want to have the contract cancelled.
Mission failure. Contract expired.
Let's quickly get another contract. Any F1 contract will do. Number 8. Oh, still missed it. Still missed it. It's heading further south. Get back on the truck. Right, now it's loading on. I can get in front of it. Just watch out for the trees here. Okay, 55 mile an hour, 56. 57. Okay, oh, there's a nice open flat space here. This should make it easier. 59, 60. Okay, now I feel like I put myself in the path of it. I'm not going to be able to get out of the way. Right, let's deploy here. This is probably going to be the best chance we get. 60 miles an hour. I'm going to drive a little bit further forwards. Try and get right in the path of this. 63, 64, 66. Gotta make sure it doesn't go over 100 or we'll have our contract cancelled. 69, 7, right, I need to get out of the way of this now. Is it getting towards sunset? Because if it is, this will look spectacular at sunset. Still didn't get any good probe intercept. I think what I need to do is just multiply the radius. So if I get my mouse pointer working here, I can't. What I need to do is it calculates the wind speed based on the width of the tornado at the bottom. I think I need to make it the width at the bottom multiplied by, depending on the size of the tornado, 1.5 to 2 times. So it's quite difficult to be precise. Looks like it's starting to rope out now as well. If it ropes out, I'll have time for one more attempt, and then it'll be time for me to sign off from the stream. Just need to figure out where I put my probe. It does have flashing lights which help track it down. That tornado's gone, so there'll be another one. I just now the chance I've got is find where I put my probe. I dropped it near some trees, which isn't particularly helpful because there's thousands on this map. That looks like it's... Is that it over there? No. So something which looked like Toto. My eyes appear to be playing tricks on me here. Can't quite figure out what it is. Maybe it needs to be yellow instead of red so it stands out more. Oh, I've got our other tornado over there. Maybe I can figure out from the path of the tornado where I might have dropped it. It was somewhere in... Oh, there it is, right in front of us. Okay, let's go pick it up and get in front of this tornado. This will have to be my last attempt and then I'll need to go. Okay, you get back on there. Where was it? I just saw the tornado before. Which direction? Okay, well that's getting loaded in. Let's head towards it. I'm sure I saw it off to the right, somewhere over here. going to call this part of the map the Bermuda Triangle because it's so easy to get lost. Oh, there's a road to my left, so let's find that. And then where's this other tornado? Looks like it's at the center of the map. It looks like it's starting off at F2 strength, so, and it's quite narrow, so I don't know if it's going to grow up to be a massive F5 wedge or if it's going to become a drill bit. Hopefully I'm heading in the right direction here. Definitely need to implement a compass before the next live stream. 3, 2, 1. So no matter which direction I go, I should hit a road eventually. Oh, okay, I think I'm heading in the right direction. What strength is? It looks like it's a narrow F2. I just need to choose a direction, just drive until I hit a road and then figure out where I need to go from there. But I do want to try and catch a glimpse of the tornado at sunset because that's when they're lit up the nicest. Where am I? Okay, I just need to follow this road around and then turn right. Tornado should be in that direction. Time for headlights. Okay, now right. This is a straight road, so I think I can take the risk of looking at the radar screen while I drive. Yeah, this is quite a fast-moving tornado, but I'll do my best to catch up. Accidentally snagged my headset mic cable there. Hopefully the audio is working. This isn't the direction I wanted to go, is it? Go the other way. Is that tornado still going, or has it died out yet? Still going, we might be able to catch it. going to die out as well. Still got a way to go to catch up with it. It might go off the map, in which case hopefully another one spawns in the next 4 minutes, but I'll have to make this the last mission, so I'll be signing off in 4 minutes. Thank everybody who's watched and given feedback. It's really helpful to hear what people think of the game. We're going to do our best to catch up with it, even just to catch sight of it. Looks like it's going to go off the map. Hopefully it goes off the map and another one spawns right next to us before the timer times out, but might not be that lucky.